What's going on, folks? On the air with VA3EWV. On the air with VA3EWV Friday evening AllStar EchoLink net. Coming at you one time for the good time. That's right. And we're going to get started. The net's going to start in 3 minutes. So we're going to share the screen here, share sound. We're going to get down with the theme song. So let's get with it.
Yeah. Dial it in, same time, same friend. 8 o'clock hits, here we go again. Biggie's calling, y'all ready yet? Yeah. Laughs in the background, welcome to the net. Biggie's Friday night net. Hey, pull up a chair, you're part of it. One fun question, see what you get. Stories and smiles you won't forget. Biggie's Friday night net. Voices from everywhere, check in. 8 o'clock sharp, you know the set. Chatting good company every weekend. Yeah. Long week, long road, shake off that load. First name basis, even if you're new to the show. Share your wins, share your mess. Right here together, we're all guests. Yeah, we're all guests. Biggie's Friday night net. Hey, pull up a chair, you're part of it. One fun question, see what you get. Stories and smiles you won't forget. Biggie's Friday night net. Hey, voices from everywhere, check in. 8 o'clock sharp, you know the set. Chat and camaraderie every weekend. Yeah.
All right. Okay, it's time to start. Let's get the logger in there and ready. Let's get this show started here. 1 second, folks. Gonna get the we're gonna get everything set up here and start the net. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor VA3EWV. Ernest with the Friday evening All-Star EchoLink net. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the net. Before we get started, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Okay, nothing heard. Welcome, everyone, to the VA3EWV Friday evening All-Star EchoLink net. My name is Ernest. This net has been going on for about 3 years now. It's a long time running net that is on AllStar and EchoLink. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And oftentimes we do have repeaters connected and different things like that connected as well. And the main thing I want to let you know is that we are live streamed on YouTube. So we are live streamed now on YouTube. We also use NetLogger, so you can follow the folks logging in on NetLogger. And last bit of news is we also run FT8 in the background, and we try to contact each other on that. So you'll see FT8 running in the background. You'll see the logger there as we live stream. One moment. For those of you that are joining the net for the first time, we do have 3 rounds of traffic. So the first round of traffic is the topic of the evening, and the topic of today is youth on the air. So this is where we're going to share stories of either us getting on the radio as very young folks, or you helping youth get on the air. I'm bringing up that topic because at our field day and our Canada Day, we did have folks as young as 6, 7 years old getting on the air. Okay, one moment. All right, here's how the net works. So you're going to come in. Please state your name, your call sign, where you're from, how long you've been ham, right? Then after you do that, you can participate in the day's topic. If you don't have that to do, you can talk about anything that's you've done for fun, or it doesn't have to be about the radio, but anything you've done for fun. The second round of traffic is what you're doing for the weekend. Um, like the song says, everybody's working for the weekend, so you'll come in and say what you're doing for the weekend. That's the second round. The third round, have your QRZ up, because we oftentimes have people talk to each other on the net, and you don't get to do it on most nets. You just talk to net control. Here at the end, if K5BDL, who was here first, wants to talk to NXQ Oscar X-ray, they can do that on the net. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start at the top with Kilo 5, Bravo Delta Lima. Come on in, and how are you this evening?
VA3EWV, this is K5BDL. Good evening, Ernest, and everyone on board. Just glad it's Friday. It's been a tough week at work, but we made it through. And so on the Youth on the Air, we've had some come by our field day station, and especially the Get on the Air station, and helped them out a few times, and that would spur them to get their own license, and because they thought, hey, this is pretty cool. And our club, the Tyler Amateur Radio Club, has a program where youth can, if they get their technician license, well, we provide them with a free HT, one of the low-cost ones, but it gets them on the air. And so we've got that to encourage youth participation, and so that's been, I think, pretty successful. We've had several come through to get their license, and they've even gotten their parents involved, so that's been a good thing too. So a family affair, so to speak, and I guess that's about it for this first round. Back to you, K5BDL.
K5BDL in the group, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. And hey, look, you just so everybody knows here, there's a couple of things that's going on the net. This is a safe place, number one. For all hams, this is a no sad ham zone. Let's get that out of the way quick. Also, the only thing that's going to time you out is the timers itself, not me. So if you want to keep going forever, you can do that. I want to just make sure we do those things. And if you couldn't get it all in the first time, we'll get you in the second time, because I want to hear about some interesting stories you may have had about engaging with you. So thank you there, Brad. Go to station setup, Tyler Amateur Radio Club. They get the youth involved there, and if they get their license, they get an HT, and also the parents get involved. So thank you so much for that. We'll break with you now, and we'll pick it up with November 9, Quebec Oscar X-ray. Come on in.
VA3EWV in the net. This is November 9, Quebec Oscar X-ray. The first name is Demond. It's pronounced Demond. Delta Echo Mike Oscar November Delta. Been a ham for, if my math is correct, 33 years. You first got the ticket in August of 1992. And been a technician all these years. But that's another story in itself. But at least I'm on the air, I guess. Really enjoyed the hobby over the years, and I'm not going to speak for her. She'll be in here probably next. I'll let her do the talking. But nice to make your acquaintance there, Ernest or Ernie, or you go by there, and I think if you look up my photo, I got you on Facebook. You should be able to look me up on the call sign. I think we kind of bear a striking resemblance to each other. But then I'll turn it back to the net. It's in 9QOX.
Roger. So have those QRZ.com up. That's what I use when I'm on here to make sure everything's going. Damon, before you go away, and also nice meeting you. So glad you're here. And I think that's the first time that we're on air together. Do you have any stories of your own growing up, getting on the radio, or so about somebody getting you on air, or have you helped any youth there? Back over to you.
Another major story that stick out, but probably like a lot of hams that's on here, I got my start with CBs. My father had a license all the way back in 1978 and had a radio in the car. Eventually, after the golden age of the CB died, and he treated vehicles, the CB just wound up in the closet. And finally, when I got into high school, I talked him out of it and hooked it up and started messing with CBs. And then I met my owner, George, Kilo 9, Tango Romeo, Quebec. He lives in East Moline, Illinois. And he's the one that got me into the hobby. I invited me over to his house, walked in the shack, seen that Kenwood TS930 sitting there all lit up and all the gadgets, and fell in love from there. With that, turn back to you. It's N9QOX.
Thank you so much for that, Damon, for sharing that with us. And we'll be picking up on the second round, too, with what's going on for the weekend. Just to let you guys know, I do that because I'm nosy. So I'm letting the cat out the bag. Thank you. So just so everyone knows, we have 8 people watching on YouTube right now. We have VE3ARF that's checked in. We have Jack out there, and I just forget. I can't remember Jack's call sign, but I told him to put it in the chat. Anyway, so we have Jack out there too. So if you're on YouTube and you're watching, just put your name out there. If you don't have a call sign, we'll get you in the log. Thank you so much. Damon will break with you now, and we'll pick it up with Kilo Charlie 9, Zulu, Quebec, November. Come on in.
Well, hello, everybody. This is KT9ZQN. My first personal is Sarah, SARAH, and I have been a technician for, I think, about 11 or 12 years now. I can't quite remember exactly what year. I think it was 2013. I'm not 100% sure. But, yeah, I think it was 2013. Anyways, the same year he and N9QOX got married. And I do have a story about last year, and N9QOX should have said this one, but he didn't think of it. We went to a setup where we got to show the Girl Scouts all about the ham radio and what the safety is and how to use it and why we are out here for emergency purposes and I'm sorry about that. I timed out. But, yeah, so we got to tell them all about it, and their eyes lit up, and it was just so fun to to see their eyes like, oh, wow, that's cool. And I think there's been several people that have looked into getting their license. I don't know if they've actually gotten their technician yet or not, but it was fun talking to them and also the Girl Scout leaders, too. That was last year. They did a zombie theme for it, for apocalypse, emergencies and all that. But yeah, so that was really cool to bring in the younger generation. And I also know too that N9QOX has implemented the everybody who gets their license gets a handy talk from him. So, okay, and just like all of my teachers said when I was a kid, I need to stop talking. So this is KT9ZQN, and I'll be here for the second round.
Roger. K9 Zulu, Queen, November. Hey, you know what? Here at this class, we keep telling you to talk. Hey, and you know what? You get extra bonus points for timing out the radio. I'm telling you, this is a true story there. You get extra bonus points for timing it out. We give stars and stuff around here. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, got to show the Girl Scouts all about ham radio. That's what I'm talking about. And then N9, I get the call sign. I think I messed it up. OX gets to give them a handy talkie. So that's awesome. Hey, and you know what? Hey, look, when we're on round one, you can come in more than one time. So the folks that are popped in there already, Brad, Damon, Sarah, if you have more to share on the round one, we do take rechecks. Okay, we have Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Tango Golf. Checked in via WinLink because that's how we do it around here. So he checked in via WinLink. Rob checked in on YouTube, and then we have KNU Uniform Juliet Whiskey. KNU Uniform Juliet Whiskey. For those who are joining today, the topic of tonight is: have you been instrumental in helping any youth get on the air, or did someone help you as a youth get on the air? So let's bring in Whiskey Delta 4. No, excuse me, KNU KN4UJW. Did I throw you off there? Again, we're calling for Kilo November 4, Uniform Juliet Whiskey. James, you out there? Okay, some people are joining on here for the first time, and it's been broadcasted for over 3 years now that if you're joining and trying to log in with AllStar EchoLink, we're patient with you. You can just keep trying to get in there. I think my friend AllStar is in there on Hams Over IP. AllStar, could you come on in? Please go ahead.
VA3FHQ, I had a lot of new hymns in our group right there, exam and pass, and one of them was I think it was a 12-year-old girl that passed her basic with honors there. She tried about 4 times and finally passed, and we all congratulated her and got her set up on there with a new radio too, because our club offers new hymns that are under the age of 18. They set them up with a HF rig and also a VHF radio, which our club gets donated from hymns that go sign the keys, or sometimes we have fundraising events for it as well. So it's definitely pretty cool to get all these new hams and hopefully get some more next year. And by the way, Ernest, your note was cutting in and out, by the way, when you're talking. Just a heads up, back to you, Ernest.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, keep me abreast on that too. I have a different little setup tonight. I was experimenting last time with it, and I had it back in the shack, and it was causing some interference. And now I have it outside. And also I can tell when the blue light goes off on here. I did see it pop out a couple times, so we hope to get it back working good. Thank you so much there, Alistair. By the way, how was this last transmission? Did it break up any, or was it continuous over?
It was loud and clear, VA3FHQ. I think it may have just been a timeout from too much talking consecutively, so maybe we'll have to leave a pause in between passing back and forth.
That's true. Thank you. KN4, Uniform Juliet Whiskey. Are you back with us? Go ahead.
Sorry about that. I'm brand new. I'm still learning the ropes. I found out about your net, and all I want to do is just listen in. KN4UJW back to net.
KN4UJW. You can listen in all day long. Like I said, Mr. James, this is a great place to come and get your start in. You're practicing with the net, passing back and forth traffic and stuff like that. This is the place to be. And also tell people about us. Just so you know, I've been doing this for 3 years now. I've been blessed to be here every Friday night so far. Also, that you heard, I've asked him to be a backup in case something happens and I'm not here. And another friend of mine, James. So far, I haven't needed anybody to pick me up, but we do have. If you go online, if you look for my call sign, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor, heck, you can just pop it in Google. If you go to QRZ, you'll be led to my Facebook group and my YouTube channel. We have over 400 videos, and we're getting close to 750 members. So you guys can always go there and like and subscribe. Okay, thank you. Let's see where we're at. We got AllStar in there. We got KN4UJW that's listening in tonight there. And then Whiskey Delta 4 Sierra Romeo Charlie is up next. Whiskey Delta 4 Sierra Romeo Charlie. Come on in.
everyone on the net. I've been a ham operator now entering my 7th month. I'm enjoying it very much. Keeps an old guy out of trouble. I'm coming to you via EchoLink. As far as youth in the radio, I got to tell you, it was a big thing in my life. I was born in the 50s, grew up basically in the 60s, and went on to adulthood in the 70s. And as a very young child back in the 60s, I got one of the first like CB radios that came out when I was a kid. And it was interesting. My folks ended up getting me a little bit bigger one. And I kept that. And it was so interesting to me. I also enjoyed listening to a scanner. And between the CB radio and the scanner, it led my interest into law enforcement, where I volunteered my time before I was old enough. And when I turned age, I was hired into law enforcement. So I've got to say it was a big thing for me as a youth. I lost track after I had my career and got married and kids and all that stuff. And then I retired, and now I'm knocking on the door of 70 years old. So we're retired in Kentucky. We're originally from Florida. And once we got here, I said, I'd kind of like to get back in that.
That's what I'm talking about.
This past winter, I decided to study a little bit, took the technician's test and the general test, and here I am. And that's my story, Ernest. WD4 SRC, back to you.
Like AllStar said, I have to leave some space between the things there. Yes. So let me go back down yours. Picked it up the CB radio as a kid, listened to the scanners. That led you volunteering in law enforcement. Went into a career as law enforcement. You're now moved to your place now, and said, let me get back in it, and you got your license. So that's pretty doggone good. We're glad to have you out there, and for all of you that just joining us there, tonight's topic is about getting youth on the air, or your stories as youth on the air, and it's pretty fun. So we got a lot of people popping in here. Let's see where we're at on the list. Thank you very much there, Stephen. And we have a lot of new hams out here too. Let's pick it up with James, Whiskey 6 Alpha Quebec Tango.
Body on the net. James. I'm in Farmington Hills, Michigan, which is about 20 miles north of Detroit. And I've been a ham since 1968. 75 years old. And of course, I grew up in Detroit, took the novice class license. Then that class of license doesn't exist anymore for the hams in Canada. Graduated from high school. I was a junior when I was first licensed in high school. Graduated, went off to college, graduated, then moved to California, San Francisco Bay Area. And, got a ham radio. I was busy building a career. And my license dropped and didn't get back in it until, let me see, I guess around 1978. And then I got re-licensed again. And been at it pretty heavy ever since. Moved from California in 1999. I'm back in Michigan now. And about 20 miles from my hometown. And loving every minute. Really didn't plan on coming back to Michigan. My mother was ill, and I could not get her to move to California. So I, quit my job, uprooted my family, and moved back to Detroit to take care of her. And been here ever since. That was 1999. So now I live in California. Oh, about the same amount of time I lived in Michigan. something like that. But this is my first net with this group. Ernest, I've seen your advertisements on Facebook for over a year, and I copied them and I bookmarked you, made you a favorite in EchoLink, but never got around to log it in on Friday night to check out your net. So I'm glad I did. I'm going to stick around for a while, and thank you for sponsoring the net. Whiskey 6 Alpha Quebec Tango, James, back to you.
Whiskey 6 Alpha Quebec Tango, James, thanks for being out there. So I see you moved around a little bit. You're back loving it. I know all about can't get your mom to move, because I tried to get my mom to move to Canada, and that was a no. That was a hard stop. So I'm here in Canada now, Canadian citizen and all that stuff like that. Having lots of radio fun, that's for sure. Hey, we thank you for being out there. And look, if any of you guys want to do a read check and talk about how either you help a youth get on the radio or someone helping you as a youth get on the radio, that's what our topic is about tonight. Thank you. Let's pick it up with Jack now. KG5FI. Let me see if he made it here in person, because he is. Yeah. KG5FI, come on in.
Good evening, Ernest and Annette. Name here is Jack. I live in beautiful Sunset, Texas. Been a ham for 43 years. Lived in Louisiana for about 10 years when I first became a ham, and our club and I were involved with helping with scouts, both Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts with merit badges, and that was fun. But really, nothing since then, except I guess my volunteer examiner work. We obviously get an awful lot of youngsters, and it's a pleasure to see. I mean, young girls. I remember one, now it's been probably 6 months now, 8 years old, got her extra U.S. FCC license and just whipped through that thing in about 15 minutes and got a great score. It's always good to see, but the club I'm in Texas right now, we're a bunch of old farts. Hard to get youngsters, and I substituted our high school for the last 15 years. I've been retired, but I get in there quite a bit. I was never a teacher, but can't get kids interested in really doing just about anything except being on their phone. It's kind of discouraging, but anyway, thanks for running the net. Appreciate it, and appreciate everybody being here. Back to you, sir. KG5FI.
KD5FI in the net, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. Yeah, hey, look, it can be challenging, and I'll tell you a couple of little secrets on how I was getting folks engaged out there. If you're watching the channel right now, you'll see I have my Facebook up there. I want to give a shout out to my friend there, Michelle, because I was so proud of this guy joining up on the club, and I'm so happy that she's like, hey, that's a minor there, and you have all his business up on the web. And I was like, oh my God. So I took the picture down. I'll get someone to blur the stuff out and add it again. But it's good getting youth on the air too, but we have to protect them out there while we're out there too. So yeah, a lot of fun. Let me pause for a second. We're at the half May mark, so I'll go ahead and just share why I did this. So for all you that are just coming to join us for the first time, I want to thank you for being here. That's number one. We hope to have you back. Number two. The second thing is I did this net because I'm not a technical person. It took me over 7 tries to get my test, and I only passed with basic. I did not have HF. My first radio was my iPhone, and KG5FI, I'll lead into my story with the iPhone there. But that was my first radio, was my iPhone 6 Plus that I have right here behind me on the shelf. So, and that's what got me on EchoLink and AllStar Node. Let me pause. So the reason I'm wanting to talk about this story, I was doing field day, and my friend VA3EWV-L was out there helping everybody get on the air. And there was 3 folks that he was helping out. Older gentleman that hasn't been on the radio on HF. A younger gentleman, I think he said he was around 18 or 19 years old. And then my grandson Knox, who's just turned 7. And I had to go run in the house, air quotes, to get me a drink of water because I heard him out there making his first QSO. Victor Alpha 3, Sierra Delta Golf, Sierra Delta Golf. And I couldn't see grown man see me cry. So I'm like, I'll be right back. I'm going to get some water. And I was in the kitchen. My wife's like, what's going on? And I was like, Knox is out there making his first QSO. And she's like, and your big dumb bud is up in here crying. But it was just so fun. And let me pause one more time. So Grandpa, he goes to bed around 8:39 because I couldn't hang with the all night long thing. All night long. Couldn't do that for field day. But I got up at 5:30. And so his dad says to me, I had to pull Knox out of the doggone the little tent there. It was after 12 o'clock and he was still out there trying to get on the radio. And I get up there at 5:30 in the morning and I'm on the air. And he's like, okay, Pop, I'm ready. So he had his little sheet, you know, with the exchange and stuff. The 4 Alpha Oscar November Echo. 1 second. Yeah, with the 4 Alpha Oscar November Echo. And he's like, let's go. So we went to 17 meters and we worked until, you know, I forget how many hours we worked. But he got 16 QSOs in the log with that. And I was like, oh my God, I can't take it, right? So I was just sitting there. Cootie wasn't looking at me because I was having a hard time, you know, focusing on the screen, putting those QSOs in. So that's my little story with my grandson getting on the air there. You can find them in my videos and stuff like that. They're always hanging around the house and in the shack. Okay, I got to figure out where I'm at now because I'm getting all frosty-eyed again here. Where were we? We're at Victor Alpha 6 Juliet Alpha Charlie, I think. Come on in. VA6 Golf Alpha Charlie, VA6 Golf Alpha Charlie. Go ahead, come on in.
This is Victor Alpha 6 Golf Alpha Charlie in Calgary, Alberta. The weather is absolutely gorgeous right now. I think it's it was up in the low 30s in some places, but right now the sitting in the shade, well, it's a nice 26, 27. And I'm sitting here in the smoke because I'm barbecuing yet again. Seems that's the only time I'm on the air with Ernest here is when I'm barbecuing. But that's all right. Gives me a chance to say hello. Getting people on the air, well, that was easy peasy lemon squeezy. Got invited by another ham operator who was going to a scout club and needed some help doing a presentation, so I brought my son along, and he's now known as Victor Echo 6 Charlie Charlie Alpha, and he's got his license, so that's a woohoo. And I've got apparently out of that scout club that was there, about 6 or 10 of them have applied for their license, I was told, so that's a good thing. We made sure that they had lots of fun. Woohoo! There's been a few other little situations from here to there that did some show and tell with some people, and they got interested in the ham radio too, but that's a long, long time ago story, even though I've only been in amateur radio for coming up on 5 years in a couple of months here. There's a whole backstory about me, but we can worry about that another day, another time. And this is Victor Alpha 6, Golf Alpha Charlie, over to you.
Victor Alpha 6, Golf Alpha Charlie in the net. Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor returning. Hey, look, like I said, we have nothing but time here. The net goes until it doesn't go. And you can always check in if you hear some more stories down there. So VE6, Charlie Charlie Alpha. That's what I'm talking about with the Scouts Club. 6 to 10 applied for their license, did some show and tells, and you've been on the air for 5 years. Thank you for being out there and helping us out. We have some people popping in and out, so I see you out there. I see Kilo Foxtrot Oscar, Yankee Uniform Yankee, so don't go away. Up next is Victor Alpha 3 PZA.
Hey, that's me. Good evening, Ernest and the gang. It is VA3PZA. Sorry I was late tonight. I made at one of the club meetings, they had a course about making your own end-fed half-wave radio transformer. So I have it connected tonight to a 34-foot wire, and instead of throwing it into my neighbor's tree tonight, I decided to test zigzagging it on my balcony. It's about 14 feet wide. And I hooked it up, and I reached Lebanon in the first 5 minutes, so I was really excited for that. I don't have a lot of stories about youth getting on the air. I've talked before, my dad was a ham, so that's why I got interested in it. But something you don't know about me was that I took journalism at Carleton University, and I volunteered at the student radio, CKCU at Carleton University. And so I wasn't on the air all the time. My love was being a technician, and that was back in the analog days, so, tapes and recording, and I loved all the knobs and the buttons and doing the pre-recordings for the radio shows. So I've had a love of radio for a very long time. Well, Ernest, I'll turn it back over to you. So the 3EWV, this is VA3PZA.
VE3PZA in the group. Thank you for being out there, folks. And so I'm interested. See, you guys do a lot of fun stuff. Zigzagging into, you know what? You need to take pictures, Michelle. That's what you need to do. Let's start with that first. I have a website that's sitting there empty, right? You have to put some stuff on. I want to see that antenna. And reaching out to Lebanon. I'm sitting here working FT8, and I'm not getting a single doggone hit on anybody. So I hope that you guys are out there in AllStar and whatever is trying to work some stuff out there. I'm getting nothing. Here you are reaching across the world and stuff on a zigzag there, and I can't get anybody. Well, thank you for being out there, Michelle, and having some fun with us. The next person I see up on the list is Victor Echo 3 Uniform Oscar. Come on in. Okay, calling for Victor Echo 3 Uniform Oscar. Want to make sure, let me see if he came in on YouTube. Some people come in on YouTube. Some people come in on different things. Some send emails to say to check them in. So just want to make sure. And some people are popping in and out for the first time. So let's see who else I have here. I did have Kilo Foxtrot Oscar Yankee Uniform Yankee on the air too there. I think they may have, they're trying to get in and out. Okay, well, with that being said, we'll go back. In case we have anything connected, are there any other stations that I haven't called for their round one? Or does anybody want to do a recheck right now for their round one about their having fun with the youth or getting youth on the air there? Come on in before we go to the second round. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor with the Friday evening All-Star EchoLink Net. Okay, good. Looks like I got everybody. So what we'll do now, we will start at the top of the list now, and we will see what everybody's doing for the weekend. We'll start with Brad. You doing anything for fun? Doesn't have to be radio. Anything you're doing for fun that you want to share with us? K5BDL.
VA3EWV and the net. This is K5BDL for round two. Forgot to say earlier, I've been a ham since March of 1992, so about 4.5 years there. Enjoying every minute of it. And well, for the weekend, my wife Peggy, that's Kilo 5 Papa Foxtrot Lima, K5PFL, and if you'll check her in by proxy, she's not home yet. She's still out delivering medicine for the pharmacy. And we're going to go to Newton for the weekend tomorrow and come back Sunday. back to Tyler and go visit some friends she knows, and haven't made a visit down that way in a while. So we're going to go do that. Might take the radio equipment with us, and there are a few POTA parks nearby, so might activate. We'll just see how the heat is. It's been very hot here in northeast Texas, so we'll just see. But anyway, that's what we have planned, and if we don't do any POTA, well, we also involved in geocaching and waymarking and Muncie. So we might do a little bit of that. We'll just kind of see how the weekend goes, and hopefully it'll be a good one. Back to you, K5BDL.
K5BDL in the group, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor Return. Yes, I got Miss Peggy in the log there for sure. K5PFL. Thank you, and thank you for coming. You've been with me for a long time there. We have a lot of new people joining and getting into it for the first time. And let me see what his name is again. From California there, or Michigan. James had me laughing. James like, I bookmarked it, and then I did this, and then I did this. Hey, look, you finally made it, though. You finally made it, so that's great. Thank you, Brad, for getting on there and having some fun with us there. Let me pause 1 second. I'm going to give a couple of hints about what I was doing to get the youth on there. And some of you guys have touched on it. So, all right. Thing number one, if you do know folks that are members of the Scouts, or have kids in the Scouts, or have connection with the Scouts, that's always a good thing. I was able to do, I think it's Joda with the Scouts here in Cornwall. And that was Jamboree or Jamboree on the Air, I think they called it. And I got to go out there and have a lot of fun with those guys. And they were just like, hey, they're right into it. You got to put it in front of them, right? And then I remember one of the guys saying, hey, is this wireless? And I'm, because we had the handy talkers out there. I'm like, it's wireless. I'm like, but the girls won't want this. There were girls there, like the family, like what do you call it, the moms and stuff like that. And they're like, why won't girls like it? I'm like, because girls want to have private conversations, So, and we had a laugh about that, because the guys, radio is public and girls have to be private. That's why they have to have their phones there. But get them in front of it. That's the first thing to do. There's this game called Pokemon Go that almost everybody was doing back in the day. I don't know if it was before or after COVID, but everybody was, running behind Pokemon. So when we have our field day and when we had our candidate thing, we bought the fox hunt equipment out, and boy, they love that, right? Because I explained it like it was Pokemon, right? So that's another way. And just inviting the kids to come with you to do things. The summer barbecues, we have that. We have the club breakfast, and we bring our grandkids and stuff. So at least it gets them around people who are talking about the hobby. And then if you are, a parent or an uncle or aunt or whatever, invite them in there to look at the radios. So that'll be a way to get them on. Okay, let me pause, and then we'll go down the line. I'll be right back. Again, welcome everyone to Big East Friday Night Net. We actually have music for our, not to play on here, but we actually have songs. We have a YouTube channel on the air with VA3EWV. So if you find the YouTube channel on the air with VA3EWV, you will find our AllStar playlist, and it has all of our nets, and people do actually watch those. We have a music list. We have over 20 songs. My friend Rob puts those out for me, VE3ARF. And we have a lot of different things that we do on radio. So go check out the channel on the air with VA3EWV. Let's pick it up with November 9, Quebec, Oscar X-Ray.
VA3EWV in the net. This is N9QLX. Don't really have a whole lot planned for the weekend. Just gonna probably stick around the apartment and get it tidied up, because I guess management's coming in and take some measurements on Monday to do a little minor renovation in the apartment. So gotta make sure it's all straightened up for them on Monday morning. But other than that, probably play around with AllStar a little bit more. If you heard the Netaholics Network, Ernest, it's on 674982.
Okay, what is run that by me again? The what network?
It's the Netoholics Network.
Oh, Netoholics.
It's on node number 674982. That's my guy, Thomas, out of Tennessee. He started it up, KN4EWT. And it's basically 24/7 nets. I'm actually trying to get him to slot yours in on Friday evenings there. So it carries on his network too.
Oh, no way.
But it's non-stop nets for people that are Netoholics that can't stop checking in. 674982.
Oh man, that's cool. That'd be awesome if I could get on that too. One day when I have some time, I'm going to be trying to branch out. I do have friends that have like DMR connected to their net. Of course, I have AllStar EchoLink. Last week, I was trying for the first time to get it connected to a local net, and then someone was trying to get me on a DMR talk group, but I didn't have time to get that started tonight. But I'm going to definitely look into that. That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, let's break with you and pick it up with the Queen. Come on in.
Well, hello, everybody. This is KT9VQN, also known as the Z Queen. And so this weekend, I really don't have any big plans. I'm probably just going to clean the house and head on my kitty cat. His name's Cosmo. He's in trouble right now because he just knocked over the kitchen trash again for the third time today.
1 second, folks. We're having some trouble here. Thank you there, Kilo Charlie 9, Zulu Queen November. We had a little bit of a power hiccup here in the shack here, but we're back and running. So I missed the last couple of things you said, but I heard about somebody getting in trouble because they knocked over something. Could you come back again?
Why, sure. I was talking about Cosmo, my cat. He knocked over the trash can for the third time today, so he got put into the bedroom for solitude for the evening. The first time he was not allowed to go outside, so the second time it was scolding. The third time he's in the bedroom for the night.
Roger on that. Well, you know what? It's been delightful to have you both out here tonight, coming in on the net for the first time, and we sure do hope to hear you back in here again. That's for sure. So let's see who else was on my list here. We have VA3EWV-L out there. John, VA3EWV-L. John, we were talking about youth on the air and getting folks on the air. If you can tell us a story about getting youth on the air, if you had any experience with that, or if something happened to you when you were getting on there, if someone helped you. Also, what you're doing for the weekend. VA3EWV-L.
Roger, good evening, everybody on the net. John here, VA3EWV-L in Monkland, Ontario. To answer your question, I have younger into ham radio. I'm working with my grandson right now to get his license. He's just turned 14, so he's ready and he's able to comprehend and master the exam. For the weekend, well, tomorrow, then on Sunday, I'm going to a community breakfast, and then I'll be doing some little talks on the air with Ernest and the members of the Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club. A fox hunt, but I will not be participating in the fox hunt. I don't have an antenna. I don't have an attenuator. So I got to get into that mode eventually. But right now, I'll just be happy sitting on a park bench, sitting in a chair, and trying to make some cues. Net control.
VA3EWV-L in the net. That's right. John, that's going to be a... One second. Sorry about that, folks. I have a lingering cough there. Doing okay. I guess I had a cold or something a couple weeks back, but everything's going good. Just that cough after. Anyway, John and I are members of the Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club here in Cornwall, Ontario. Our club is very active, doing a lot of stuff. And you check out my Facebook page on the air of VA3EWV, or just check out our website, svarc.ca, and you can check on all the stuff that we're having. So for those that are in and around our area, we have our club breakfast tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. That's going to be happening there. And then Sunday, we have our Fox Hunt / outdoor operations, and that's going to be held on Sunday. We're going to meet at 12:30, get on the air at 1, and just go until everybody's done with that. So we're doing something all the time at Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club. And I should talk about that more because I'm the president of the club. So, yeah, there we go. Okay, John, thanks for popping in there and saying hello to us. Now, this is where I usually get lost at. So we talked to John, and then N9QOX, as well as KC9 Zulu Queen, and I don't want. Oh, we have Victor Papa 2. We have Ira in there. Ira, come on in.
Hey, good evening, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor and the group. Good evening, guys, from windy, overcast, breezy Caribbean Island and up St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This is Juliet 88 India Hotel at the QTH, where it is a nice and chilly 25-ish Caribbean standards there. I'm not sure what the topic is, so you got to help me out what the topic is for the night, sir. Over.
Yeah, Roger. And before I do that, I haven't been able to pick up anything on FTA tonight. And then I just noticed that my radio wasn't, like, there was no power going. So I reset the shack, and now I'm actually making QSOs. So, AllStar, if you want to try to work me again, get on in there. Ira, the topic of the night, youth on the air. I had a very heartwarming and touching story to tell earlier about my grandson working field day, 16 QSOs on, I think we're on 15 meters there. And he was hitting them up with a Victor Alpha 3, Sierra Delta Golf, Sierra Delta Golf. He is French Canadian, so he has the little French accent on there. And I was telling everybody that I had to run into the house. I told everybody I was going to get a drink of water with my water bottle sitting right there on the table. And they're like, what? Because I couldn't see people see me crowd there. So anyway, being such a proud grandfather. But that's what we're talking about, getting youth on the air. Also, I'm nosy, want to know what everybody's doing for the weekend. Back over to you, Ira.
Oh, fabulous! Yeah, I did see that video on your page. I saw that on Facebook. I thought that was pretty cute. Yeah. You know, I've been following you guys, so I did see that. Awesome. Just for the year, I do a lot of Yoda stuff locally here. Do some training with some young cadets and stuff like that. And back home at the other QTH under the Victor Papa 2 itself, if you go on that that page, you'll see scouts. We do a lot with the scouts for jamboree and stuff like that. And I'm always promoting the youth there. Definitely show getting them on the air and talking and getting them up the par there. So we do a lot of that stuff there. And it's always good to pass the mantle on to the young ones because we're not going to be here forever. So always good to give them as much support and, get them in front of that mic. Once they start talking, man, it's awesome. Plus, they sound much better than we do. So there you go. We can, probably play some more radio. I'm glad you got your, I think you're on FTA up and running. I was just on 6 meters, so that, was caught up in the mix. Canada was in there, US in there, and earlier we had some Euro guys. So I got a little bit of my 6 meter filled in. I looked at the time like, man, let me get over here real quick and say hi to my Canadian family. All right, so back to you there. Appreciate you having me tonight. God bless and all the best, and maybe we'll catch you on the air. Or maybe we'll see you guys somewhere again. Juliet 88 India Hotel. We sang back to that in 7-3. Good night to each and everyone. Over.
Roger, Ira, we're good to have you out there. Hey, folks, just to let you know too, my friend Ira has his own YouTube channel there, and I often play his one of his songs there. It's called "Hit Me Up." I love that song there, so we'll be playing that after the net. Before and after the net, we hit you guys with some good ham radio songs, and these aren't the old songs. Ham radio songs of the 60s, 70s. There's some good stuff. So if you haven't been to the channel, go look for it, and you'll see the Big E's beats. Okay, back to figuring out where I'm at here. Let's see. So we talked to Brad and Peggy's. She's logged in. We got Damon, Sarah. We got Michael. Did we get Michael? Kilo Echo 2. I don't see him on here. But Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Tango Golf, are you there? Okay, I know Rob is on. He checked in through WinLink. Rob checked in through YouTube. AllStar, did you tell us what you're doing for the weekend? Over.
VA3EWV-HQ. I'm going to be doing some POTA hunting there because I hear there's going to be several people out at POTA. I think my club's going to be out downtown Ottawa doing parks on the air in one of the parks. And I think you said your club's doing a POTA, if I'm not mistaken, there. So hopefully I'll get both of you on there. I'll be operating remotely from my campground again this weekend, and maybe I'll try to sneak in this weekend, maybe a POTA near the campground as well. Back to you, Ernest.
Yeah, Roger on that, AllStar. Also, try to work me again on FT8 if you can. Hey, check it out. We're not going to be at a POTA park, but we're going to be doing outdoor, like calling CQ20 and stuff like that. We'll chase POTA for sure. We have some club calls and stuff like that. And, that's another way to get youth on the air for all you guys out there struggling and having ideas. If I was talking to a lot of youth back when I first started, there was different high schools, universities popping on there. I was doing POTA on my lunch break there downtown Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, at a beautiful park that was right across from my work called Confederation Park. So we get a 45-minute lunch break. It would take me about 3 minutes to get to the park, about 8 minutes to set up. Then I would go and then take the other 11 minutes to get back after the QSO's there. So, yeah, you can definitely get folk. And being in that public park, it always drew interest. And people say, hey, what are you working on? What are you doing? Are you talking to the moon, right? And stuff like that. And I was like, oh, yeah. I'm talking to the International Space Station, right? And stuff like that. So, okay, awesome, AllStar. We'll look for you on there on Sunday. We're going to be out there in the park. And I'll text you when we get set up. That way you'll know we're on the air there. Okay, James, KN4UJW, KN4UJW. Come on in.
Kilo November Philly Uniform Juliet Whiskey. The only thing I got planned for the weekend, I'm waiting for a shipment to arrive from Radiodity. It's the HF010 HF antenna kit. I live in Florida. In Florida, they scrape the ground before they build the houses, and then they don't put trees to replace what they've scraped away. So there's nothing I can get a high antenna for. Then to add insult to injury, my next door neighbor used to be the HOA president. The HOA has strict rules about ham radio antennas, and he said that if he ever sees an antenna in my yard, he's going to come over personally and rip it out. So I've resigned myself to running portable whenever I want to use HF. So I'm basically just waiting for the pieces to come together and then see if I can hear anything. KN4UJW, back to net.
Well, you know what? I'm definitely happy that you're getting another option to go out there. And you know what? That's good, though. It's kind of good if you want to get out and stuff like that. I know I hear about the HOAs and stuff like that. The wife and I were going to move to a place one time, and we saw that they had all the little satellite dishes outside this. It was like a house. It's not a housing complex, but it was like row homes or garden homes, right? And we went there looking, and I said, "Hey, look! It looks like everybody has like Bell Express View." My wife used to work for Bell, and she vowed never to go be with Bell again. So if we go, we're gonna have Rogers. And they're like, "Oh, you're not allowed Rogers here." Uh, and at least we knew it in time to not get a place there. What we wound up with is 3 acres, and I have antennas all over the place. So that's what happened there. But fun story. Let me tell you something real quick. 1 second. So I have 3 acres and I have all these antennas and stuff like that. But that's just to work FT8 in the house, which I'm doing now. But the funny thing is this: I don't do FH. I don't do HF in my house unless it's on the net here on Friday nights on FT8. I strictly operate outside. Um, I don't make any. I do make a couple CWQSOs in the shack on HF, but to me, since my first experiences with HF rigs were outside doing portable operations, I do it outside. Rain, snow, you name it, I do it outside. So I don't have an HOA, but I'm always doing my portable operations outside on the HF radio. So for some reason in my brain, HFs were outside and anything else for inside. Thanks for being out there and sharing with us today. Okay, next, Whiskey Delta 4 Sierra Romeo Charlie. I think that's who's up next, if I'm not mistaken.
VA3EWV-L, Ernest. Don't have a whole lot planned for the weekend. It is my better half's birthday today.
Oh!
We're going to pretend we're old folks this weekend, as we are, and just kind of hang out around the house for the weekend. And for that last person, operator that was talking about the HOA down in Florida, I was born and raised in South Florida. I live in Kentucky. Come on up. we got no rules like that where I'm at.
Hey, see, you heard it there. And another story, my wife wanted a bathroom put in the house, and we had an RV. We lived in the city. We lived in the capital of Canada, in Ottawa, and we wanted to get away from the city right there during COVID and move outside of town, which we did. And they had a lot of rules and regulations in town there, but we moved out of town. So hey, if you want to, it's not always easy moving, but what we did though, we sold our RV. That's what I was getting at. Almost got off topic. We sold our RV to get funds together and stuff like that. A small RV, and we sold that to get to do some renovations. And then right after that, I get ham radio, and I was like, "Oh my God, I could be like AllStar right now, just pulling the RV out somewhere, and setting up and spending the weekend and doing POTA and stuff like that." And now we sold it, so I was like, the things you do, right? Okay, where am I at, Lord? Let's see. I got lost here somewhere. I don't know where I'm at. Let's just see. We just did do Whiskey Delta 4 Sierra Romeo Charlie. I think, yeah. So we had Whiskey 6 Alpha Quebec Tango. Are you still out there? Gotta check the YouTube too. Let's see what's going on YouTube. They're saying WRTC is happening this weekend. The biggest ham radio competition in the world is happening this weekend. WRTC. So I need to go check out what that is because I'm fairly new, like 3 years in here. So I don't know what that is. So I'll have to pick up on that. All right. KG5FI, Jack, come on in.
This is KG5FI. Well, for the weekend, kind of do my normal volunteer examiner testing over Zoom with the group I work with. I'll be doing quite a bit of that, and POTA is going to definitely fit in there at some period of time. I'm not sure which day or which night. Might have to be night because we're having extremely hot weather. it gets kind of brutal. And then I have the regular house chores and yard chores and get her all done. But looking forward to, still glad I can still do all that stuff. So it'll be fine. KG5FI, back to that.
Thank you so much there, Mr. Jack, and you guys have a great day. Yeah, and I'm glad that you're out there doing the exams and stuff like that, and via Zoom. That's how I did my basic course. It was through Zoom with a guy named Alphonse Penny here in Canada. And then I did my advanced course with a guy named Dave here in Canada. And it was all online, and it was good. I really enjoyed it. I did the first one like 2 different times. I went through that twice. Oh, anyway, I got my license, so that's all that matters. Okay, keeping down the list here. It's kind of hard to keep up at the nighttime because of the ins and outs. So we just got to talk to KG5FI, Victor Alpha 6, Golf Alpha Charlie. I think it's gone. VA3EWV-L.
Well, hello again, Ernest in the net, VA3PZA here. I took a couple of days off work this week, and a friend had invited me and my husband up to his cottage in the small mountains just north of Ottawa, and it was lovely. There was lots of rain, but we need the rain, so I'm not begrudging the rain. There were still nice moments to be able to get out and go swimming in cold mountain lakes. Very refreshing. So now I've got the weekend, and I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm listening to everyone's ideas. I didn't realize there was a big contest. Maybe I need to get involved with that. But I got myself a LiPo4 battery. And it came, and it also has a solar panel charger. So I need to practice doing some in my backyard POTA, or just on the air stuff with the battery to see if I can get everything set up, and then I will be ready to do POTA, and so I'm so excited, but not just yet. I want to test it, and the POTA park I want to practice in, which is just down the street from me, as you know, Ernest, Blues Fest, a big music festival is happening, so I have to wait until the music festival is over to go down there. Anyway, it was lovely to hear everyone tonight. Lovely to hear you again, Ernest. So I'll turn it back over to you. So VA3EWV, this is VA3PZA.
VE3PZA, that's right. Hey, where she's talking about, by the way, I was taking a picture across from that park. And, it's a beautiful place, and it's a museum there too. And when you look at the windows of the museum, it's actually Morse code. It says, lest we forget, in Morse code. And I just got like chill bumps and stuff because I was, I'm with, this so everybody knows, I'm doing Morse code classes with CW Ops. I'm taking the basics section. Then I went and took the intermediate section. Then I'm going to take the intermediate section again because that's just how it happens. Stuff just doesn't come to me that easy. But then when I was out there, I was like, oh my God, it's like I can see it. I saw the Morse code and I could read it, and I was like, oh my God. So I'll actually share that on my website. You guys need to go check it out. That was pretty cool that someone thought of that, to put that in the architecture. Do you know any other thing about that, the building, Michelle?
I've been in it a couple of times. The design is really interesting out back. If you go around behind the museum, the earth is all kind of pitted, and they were trying to make it look like the fields did in France when they were being bombed during the Second World War, just as a reminder of how brutal and aggressive war can be. And there was a huge much controversy about the Morse code, because in English it is lest we forget. But with the French, they took a shortcut, and it should have been the formal we, like we won't forget, but they used the informal one because it's shorter, because they didn't have the space to do the formal one. So it was a huge controversy, and there was a big petition at the time for that whole section to be torn out and replaced. But the cost was prohibitive, so they've never done it. So forever speaking with the Francophone about the War Museum, there's sometimes some bitter feelings about it. I'll turn it back over to you, VA3EWV-L.
Wow. Hey, but hey, look, we're going to get the name of that and put it up for you all to, I think it's the, I don't know if it's called the War Museum or something like that, but it's cool. There's a website for it. I'll get that put it on my Facebook group. But it's so cool. All right, we do have checking in. I hear things going ding 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 ding. So I don't know if I'm having audio issues here. We also have on YouTube Victor Echo 3 Whiskey Bravo Tango says, "Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well. Not much going on over here. Have a great weekend." And that's Nick and Sudbury. So we have a big crowd on there. We still have 7 people watching on YouTube. And after the net here, we're going to be playing some of the Big E's songs. So stick around. All right. Let's see. We just got through it. Michelle there, VE3UO. Let's see if you're still out there, VE3UO. Don't see you out there. Anybody connected via any webs or anything like that, or amateur wire or repeaters that I haven't called, please come now. Okay, didn't miss anyone, so that's good. That's good. Kilo Yankee, Kilo Foxtrot Oscar, Kilo Foxtrot Zero Yankee Uniform Yankee is gone. John BE2EQL, John, you're still out there. Want to have any final words before we close down the net here in a few minutes?
VA3EWV-V2EQL on EchoLink. All I have to say is everybody have a very beautiful weather and enjoy every day if it's got the net control.
Thank you so much, John, for being out there, being with us. And so far, if you guys have been out there on the FT8, I've managed to make, during the net now, I've managed to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 QSOs. One in the States and everything else is DX. So DX is coming in pretty good tonight. Okay, John, thanks for being out there and being there with us. I think we might have hit everybody. But if I didn't, come in now. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. If you didn't get to say what you're doing for the weekend, please come on in now. Wow, so I must have been successful. So, what we're going to do, we're going to be bringing the net to a close. I just want to thank everybody that's been out there this evening, including myself. We have 21 check-ins today. We want to give a shout out to K5BDL, K5PFL, November 9, Quebec, Oscar X-Ray, Kilo Charlie 9, Zulu Queen November, Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Tango Golf, V3ARF, VA3FHQ, Kilo November 4, Uniform Juliet Whiskey, Whiskey Delta 4 Sierra Romeo Charlie, Whiskey 6 Alpha Quebec Tango, KG5 and 5, VA6GAC, V3PZA, V3UO, KF0 Yankee Uniform Yankee, V2EQL, Juliet 88 India Hotel, Mike 8 Mike Zulu Fox, VE3KNU Reg from Greeley, VE3 Whiskey Bravo Tango. If I missed your name, please come now. Okay, one more time. We do have the YouTube on the air with VA3EWV, as well as the the Facebook group on the air of VA3EWV. We'd appreciate if you guys could go and visit the channel. If you go there now, just go to YouTube, check in for me there. Let's see. Geek Mechanical says also the CW only shows on Remembrance Day on floor as well. Oh, they have a CW only show. Oh, the CW. Oh, 1 second, folks. This is cool. What they're saying about the museum, it says the CW only shows on Remembrance Day. So what that means is 11/11. So 11/11 is Remembrance Day here in Canada. So I guess as the Earth rotates, when the light hits just exactly on that particular day, that light shines just a certain way and it hits the floor in the museum. So that's pretty darn cool. Yeah. So that's it for the net. Anybody that has not checked in or wants to say anything else before we close the net, please come now.
Gillett needed NSL recheck. If you want me to explain what that RTC is there.
Roger, we're going to definitely do that. But before we do, I see that Kilo Juliet 5 GOV has started. So, all right, we're going to go to you. I want to wave a hand quickly here to Kilo Juliet 5 GOV. Tonight's topic was getting youth on the air and then asking what you're doing for the weekend. Ira's going to tell us what that contest is about. Before he does, though, Kilo Juliet 5 GOV, please come on in.
Oh, there we go. Good evening, sir. Hope everything's all right. I'm just waving my hand from Louisiana, man. I'm just packing this weekend because I'm going to be moving farther south. So watch out, crawfish, man. We're going to have a shortage next year. I'm moving down there.
Roger, it's good to hear you out there again, Jonathan. It's been a while since I heard you there from the swamplands, Louisiana. That's what I'm talking about. I've been missing home. I haven't been there in almost 2 years there. My family moved from, well, not a big move, from Pineville to Alexandria there. My uncle's down in Baton Rouge, been down there for years. So what part of the South have you moved? Like, where at down south?
So I'm moving back to my hometown, Raceland. That's right by Houma Thibodeau area, way down in the bayou, Lafourche Parish, way down there.
Roger on the Thibodeaux. That's for sure. You know, it's funny when I come to Canada and, and then we got a family here. I've been here for, 26 years now. And it was so cool to bring my Canadian family to Louisiana to hear them actually pronounce all the French words that were around me for all this time that I never heard. Because my wife, she doesn't say Bossier. You know, we say Bossier City. She's like, Bossier. I'm like, wow, that's hot. So anyway, y'all need to pray for me. But anyway, I just had her. I drove all over Louisiana, wasting gas just so she could say the street names, and the cities and stuff like that. So anyway, y'all pray for me. We'll see you later on down the line there, Jonathan. Thanks for popping in there. Okay, Ira, bring us up to speed on this contest.
Hi, good evening, family, friends. My Canadian, U.S., all across the board family, Ira and beautiful Alice and Vincent, Gillett needed in yes. So, the World Radio Sport Team Championship, which is WRTC, I'll spell it phonetically, Whiskey Romeo Tango Charlie abbreviation, is considered widely the Olympics of the amateur radio. It's a very prestigious on-site competition held every 4 years. It brings together the elite of the global ham radio community. So WRTC 2026 event is the 10th edition. It's hosted in the UK, United Kingdom, specifically in East Anglia. The main is 24 hours competition, takes place this weekend, July 7th to 12th, 2026. Now, the core competition structure is strict equal playing field. Unlike traditional remote contesters operate while using their own radio setups, what happens is the WRTC forces teams to compete on the identical conditions. So the top contesters and DXers and all those guys going to be over there in the UK. I come to think as a sponsor of them. I saw a whole bunch of videos circulating around the place. So the setup is going to be like this. So you can picture this. They're going to be 52-person teams representing different geographic qualification regions. They are randomly assigned to 50 tent sites equipped with identical antennas, power limits, and hardware. The referee, each tent has a dedicated physical referee monitoring all audio and transmissions to ensure total compliance with the rule. The format, wait one. So the format is each team on the special top secret call sign inside the global IARUHF World Championship. They actually spend 24 hours attempting to log as many contacts, or we call them QSO, as possible using Morse code, which is CW, and voice SSB. So for us on the end, and we in your location, this is what we can do. You can use, I'm not affiliated with these guys, but on the last field there, I use this software, and then you can look it up, guys. It's called World Radio League, or WRL. Now, these guys are partnership with this WRTC. So we would be chasers back here. You guys in Canada, me here in the Caribbean, we'd be chasers. You can spend as much time as you want in here to hunt these guys. So as a chaser, the regular ham radio operators sit at home, which play a critical role because the hams around the world, we have to hunt down 50 hidden WRTC stations. Wait one. So doing so helps competitors build their skills, which allow home operators to win dedicated certificate and trophies through the WRTC Chase Award program. So if you're a licensed operator, which most of us are, you can turn on your HF radio right now or log as much contact with the guys as well on the band. So look for them guys. They're out there, and it's already started. So
oh, shit.
Okay. Because, for me, local is 000 marks the new day on being the 11th. So it actually already has started. So go on the bands, look for those guys, and get them in your logs there. So there you go, Ethan. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor from Juliet 8 in India. So you guys can go at your own pace. You can go at your own pace, log them, and you can, if you get a certificate award, that's entirely up to you. So a little bit of something so you can do. Back to you, Juliet 8 in India. And thank you all.
Well, I'm telling you, you can be a spokesman. That was great. That was exciting. Michelle, what do you think about that one? Over.
Well, thanks to Ira. I'm taking notes, and I'm going to see what I can do with that. That sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds really crazy, but crazy fun. VA3PZ.
Well, there you have it, folks. We're going to go out there and get some of the excuses in. So for me, I'm going to have to go outside because I could not bear to do that in the house. And I'll tell you another reason why, too. My wife hates this. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. She hates that, right? So FT8 is pretty quiet, right? Because you'll be like, why do you keep yelling your call sign? And I'm like, because they have to say my name. Okay, anyway, let's get this on done. Anybody else out there before we close that off and head over to YouTube to play two of our favorites? Anyone else with anything else to say?
It's N9QOX.
Yes, come on in, N9QOX. Come on in.
Yes, sir, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Just wanted to say thank you for letting me check in tonight, and I'll try to get in here regularly on Friday evenings now. Got a wonderful, fantastic net, and I wanted to say 7-3 all around before you guys close it up there. This is N9QOX 7-3.
Roger. Yes, I'm hoping to hear you and the XYL out there for the next go round. We've been running, like I said, strong, And every time I come to the net and then turn it on and get everything started, I'm always just blessed and always surprised to see how many people that are out there and wanting to have some radio fun. So thank you so much for helping make tonight's net another success. Anyone else, please come on in. Okay, with that, radio silence. If you all can go with me and follow me over to the YouTube channel, I'm going to pull it up here on the screen here. So just go look for On the Air with VA3EWV. Click there. I'm going to view my channel so you guys can see it there. So it says On the Air with VA3EWV, 729 subscribers, 461 videos there. There's our QRZ.com. And as you see, we're streaming live there now. So what you want to do is go to playlist. Then when you go to playlist, you'll see Big E's Beats. It says there, I forget how many songs there, but if I click on them, you're going to hear it come. So we can't do it on the air. So we'll say 7-3 for now. We're going to hit you guys with the theme song, and then we're going to hit you guys with the summer fun song. So until we meet again, Lord willing, this is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor with the Friday evening AllStar EchoLink Net. We're saying 7-3. All right, folks, here we go.
Biggie's calling, y'all ready yet? Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. Dial it in, same time, same friend. 8 o'clock hits, here we go again. Biggie's calling, y'all ready yet? Yeah. Laughs in the background, welcome to the net. Biggie's Friday Night Net. Hey, pull up a chair, you're part of it. One fun question, see what you get. Stories and smiles you won't forget. Biggie's Friday Night Net. Voices from everywhere, check in. 8 o'clock sharp, you know the set. Chatting good company every weekend. Yeah. Long week, long road, shake off that load. First name basis, even if you're new to the show. Share your wins, share your mess. Right here together, we'll guess. Yeah, we're all guests. Biggie's Friday Night Net. Hey, pull up a chair, you're part of it. One fun question, see what you get. Stories and smiles you won't forget. Biggie's Friday Night Net. Hey, voices from everywhere, check in. 8 o'clock sharp, you know the set. Chat and camaraderie every weekend. Yeah.
Okay, this next song is since we're talking about POTA and stuff like that, the first place I ever activated was a place called Cooper Marsh. My best pal, who's passed away now, the one that got me in trouble a lot. Right, so that one, Bob. Bob took me to my first portable outdoor operation there, and he was something else, right? So this was Cooper Marsh, and this is me playing this for my friend Bob out there, VA3JIN.
Digging on the airwaves, voice so strong, so clear. From Cooper's Marsh he calls to those far and near. Sugar sweet audio booming through the night. Protocols on the air in the morning light. CQ all around. 40 meters, hear that sound. Calling the world from Cooper. Cooper's Marsh, Big E sending love so harsh. Portable operation in the quiet marshland. Big E reaches out with a steady hand. Under the stars shining bright, his signal soaring takes flight. From dawn until the night, Big E's words take their flight. 73 sending love to every ham out there. From Cooper's Marsh with care, Big E's voice fills the air.
Last one today is Park to Park.
We hear the airwaves every night. Park to park, our signals bright. Cheek to cheek, we keep it live. Ham radio, got that vibe. Late shift early, we don't care. Got our sound waves everywhere. 5-9 in the park, so clear. Best regards to all who hear. This is a two for make it loud. Working around without a doubt. 73, we share the thrill. Ham radio, life's a chill. Off to the next park we go. In the dark we let it flow. Communications park to park. This is how we make our mark. Thanks for those activations now. From dusk till dawn we take a bow. Signal strong, we make it loud. Ham radio, we stand proud. This is a two for make it loud. Working around without a doubt. 73, we share the thrill. Ham radio, life's a chill. On to the next park we go. In the dark we let it flow. Communications park to park. This is how we make our mark.
Hello, everybody. This is On the Air with VA3EWV. On the Air with VA3EWV. And today we're going to be activating this lighthouse. Charlie Alpha 864, I believe. Charlie Alpha 864. No, Charlie Alpha November 864. So that's what we're going to be doing.
That was a good time.
Well, we appreciate the 505 there. Whiskey 8 Delta Lima Sierra. I have Dane in Ohio there. QSL? Okay, I think you know. Okay. All right, folks. Let's get on out of here and have a great rest of your day. I'm going to play myself one more. I see there's like 8 or 9 people still out there. So which one am I going to play now for myself as I get on out of here? I think I'm going to hit myself up with the Summertime Groove.
Biggie groove, da da da. Biggie, summertime groove, Porter Park energy, working all the bands. Too hot to move, so rock to the Biggie groove. Call and seek you. JoJo by his side, riding shotgun in his ride, park to park, no problem. Yeah, who's that calling? It's his old pal Rob, calling out all day, calling out all night. Biggie groove, Biggie groove, Biggie groove, Biggie groove. Too hot to move, so we swing through. Biggie groove, Biggie groove, Biggie groove, park to park. We won't miss you. Signals D-Day and night, sporadic E on 6, added to the mix, summertime on lock. Every band, every block, JoJo rides along and the whole thing pops. JoJo by his side, riding shotgun in his ride, park to park, no problem. Yeah, who's that calling? It's old pal Rob, calling out all day, calling out all night. Biggie groove, Biggie groove, Biggie groove, Biggie groove. Too hot to move, so we swing through. Biggie groove, Biggie groove, park to park. We don't miss you. Sporadic E, let it ride. Signals bending side to side. Big E makes the call, JoJo holds it down. Summertime in the air, every band in town. Biggie groove, Biggie groove, Biggie groove, Biggie groove. Too hot to move, so we swing through. Biggie groove, Biggie groove, park to park. Make sure we don't miss you.
All right, that's it, folks. We're going to call it a night. Thanks, everybody, for coming out and joining in the fun. You can go find my YouTube channel if you want to listen to some more songs, because we have a lot of them for everything I've done in ham radio. Fox hunts, field days, driving home from work, the Big East Drive at 5, for those of you that haven't heard that one. Even doing that, we have
Cruising down the avenue, feeling so alive. Oh yeah, Biggie on the mic, it's a Drive at 5. Come on.
That's right. So you can go out there and listen to some of that at your leisure. But for now, we're going to say 7-3 to everybody, and we're going to be back quiet. VA3EWV, and we're 7-3 for now.